Hey guys, in this lesson we would understand the relationship between rational exponents and radicals. When the powers are rational, then the exponent can be written as radical as well. For example, if we have 100 to the power of 1 over 2, it can be written as square root of 100. No number here means it is a square root or obviously it's a 2. If we have 100 to the power of 1 over 3, can be written as cube root. Then we have to put the small number 3 with this root or this radical sign. Let's say we have something like this 100 to the power of 2 over 3. Then this means that this 3 is going to be forming the radical. Denominator of the rational power is going to form the radical and the numerator is going to stay as a power. Similarly, if we have something like this 2 over 5 to the power of 1 over 4, that means we have the fourth root of 2 divided by fourth root of 5. Because this 1 over 4 is a power on the entire fraction, so the radical will be on both numerator as well as the denominator. Now, since we have understood the relationship between the radicals and rational exponents, let's do a few questions to understand it better. Okay, let's say the question wants us to evaluate and express the answers in rational expressions. Rational expression means writing the answer as fractions and not as decimals. So how do we solve this question is, we know 49 can be written as a square of 7 and 81 can be written as a square of 9, and the whole thing has a power of 1 over 2. Now we know laws of exponents says that we can multiply the two powers on the same base. Now since this power is on both the numerator and denominator, we can write it as 2 times 1 over 2 over 9 to the power 2 times 1 over 2. 2 and 2 gets cancelled, we are left with 7. Here also 2 and 2 gets cancelled, we are left with 9. So 7 over 9 is the final answer. We leave it like this because the answer is supposed to be in rational expression form. Let's say the next question is negative 125 to the power 1 by 3 whole to the power negative 3. How do we write this? Because this is a rational exponent, so we can write it as a radical, or there is another way to do it is if we want to evaluate. We know negative 125 can be written as negative 5 to the power of 3. And there is one power outside already, that is 1 over 3, and there is another power that is negative 3. Now how do we simplify is, base is only 1 but there are 3 powers to the same base. So we would multiply all the powers. 3 times 1 over 3 times negative 3. This 3 and this 3 gets cancelled. We are left with negative 5 to the power of negative 3. Because the power is negative, we're never supposed to leave the power negative. We would write it as negative 1 over 5. So we would reciprocate the base and the power becomes a positive. And because we have to evaluate, so we know negative 1 to the power of 3 is negative 1. And 5 to the power of 3 is 125. So this is the final answer that we get. Let's do another type of question. Here they want us to simplify. So that means we do not have to finally evaluate the answer. And we have to express the answers with positive exponents. So what are we going to do is, we see here there is a radical here. We can change this radical to a rational exponent by writing it this way. 81p to the power of 8. The whole thing has a radical 4. So the whole thing is going to have a power 1 over 4. Over here there is a radical of square root. So square means this number is 2 here. We can write down the whole thing with a power 1 over 2. Now we know when the whole thing has a power, that power belongs to each of the terms inside the bracket. So we can write down 81 to the power of 1 over 4 times p to the power of 8 times 1 over 4 over 9 to the power of 1 over 2 times p to the power of 4 times 1 over 2. With this, we can write down 81 as 3 to the power of 4. So we always try to change the base to such a number that can be written as a power, where the power and the denominator of the rational exponent can get cancelled out. So 81 can be written as 3 to the power of 4 and multiplied by 1 over 4. This whole thing multiplied by p to the power of this can get cancelled. So we would be left with p square over 9 to the power of 1 over 2. This can be written as p square as well. We can cancel this 4 out. We'll be left with 3 over 9 to the power of 1 over 2 is square root 9, and we have p square over p square, they can get cancelled. So we're left with 3 over square root 9 is 3. Finally, we are left with 1 as a answer. Let's do one more question for the sake of practice. We see square root is on the entire term on the numerator. X square y to the power of 4 can be written as x square y to the power of 4. Whole thing has a power 1 over 2 over. This is already a power on the entire bracket, so this can get individualized. So we would do x to the power negative 2 times negative 1, y to the power 3 times negative 1. Now we can individualize this power as well. So we would have x to the power 2 times 1 over 2, y to the power 4 times 1 over 2. We can either put a dot or a cross, doesn't matter. X to the power negative 2 times negative 1 is a 2. Y to the power negative 3. Here 2 and 2 gets cancelled. We are left with x. Here we have 2. So we have y square. Here we have x square. Y to the power of negative 3. Now we can bring the like terms together. So x is the same base. No power means power is 1. So it would be 1 minus 2. Here we have 2 minus negative 3. This gives us x to the power negative 1. Y to the power 2 plus 3 is 5. That is equal to x to the power of negative 1, y to the power of 5, because we're supposed to leave positive exponents only. So finally we would write down y to the power of 5, and this x to the power of negative 1 will be reciprocated. And we get y to the power of 5 over x is the final answer.